Alright, this is the fifth and final part of our lesson on quadratics. Now, having said that, this last part is not really all about quadratics. It's really getting into some review stuff, trying to make sure you haven't forgotten how fractional exponents work, and rate of change, and increasing and decreasing intervals. So that's what this part is really about, these three problems. Alright, so let's remember. Okay, well the first step is to be able to read it. Okay, it's a little fuzzy, but please understand that what we're looking at is the cube root of y squared. That's what's happening here. We learned a while back that if we have a base with a fractional exponent, then what we have is power over root is the fraction. Okay, so it's just a matter of what's the power and what's the root. Okay, and what we have, the power is 2 and the root is 3, so 2 over 3. So that's why this would be the same thing as y to the 2/3 power. You just simply have to memorize that. Okay, power over root 2 over 3, y to the 2 over 3 power. So yeah, that's it for number 23. Oh, here there's an answer line. Forgot about that. Y to the 2 over 3 power. Brilliant. Average rate of change on the interval from -1 to 0. Now, rate of change is just the slope. Rate of change is just slope. That's why when we do rate of change, we use the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, please understand that when they give us the interval, these are x values. Okay, they're giving us x1 and x2. That's what these are. I have encouraged you to make a T-chart. Help keep you organized, keep your mind focused, keep your mind right. So our x1 and x2, so there's our -1 and our 0. Now all we need the y values that go with these, and we will steal those from the chart. So let's go to an x value of -1 and look around. Okay, at an x value of -1, the function is right on the line. So what we have here is we have -1 comma 0. That's what's going on there. So there you go, -1 comma 0. Let's go to 0, an x value of 0, and look around. At an x value of 0, we have to go up to get to the graph. So there it is. So this is the point 0 comma 2. So there you go, 0 comma 2. So these are the 2 points that we will use for the slope formula. So let's get down to it. So y2 minus y1. Make sure you're doing the y's in the top. So this is y2 and this is y1. So that's going to be 2 minus 0, y2 minus y1. Okay, and over x2 minus x1. So that's 0 minus -1. Now be careful. Don't just put 0 minus 1. That's not a 1. You have to put 0 minus -1. See the double negative that has to happen? 0 minus -1. Minus -1. Okay, I emphasize that so much because it's a common mistake. So many kids just write 0 minus 1 instead of 0 minus -1. Okay, 100 times. I think that's enough times. So what I have is 2 minus 0. Minus and negative is addition. So this will be 0 plus 1. Okay, same thing as that. So that's going to give us 2 minus 0 is just 2. 0 plus 1 is just 1. So that is going to give us positive 2. So that's the answer. Is there an answer line for this? Anybody? Yeah. Awesome. 2. Okay, moving on. Now, intervals of increase and decrease. Okay, the plan is to ride this wave like a roller coaster from left to right. Okay, if we want to find the intervals of increasing and the intervals of decreasing, this is what you have to do. So we're going to be riding it like this, like whee, like that. So if we do that, let's retrace that again and pay careful attention to where are we going uphill and where are we going downhill. So we are going to be going uphill for this part of the roller coaster ride. Uphill, uphill, uphill. Okay, so we'll be going uphill to right there. And then we're going to be going downhill for this part of the ride. Downhill, 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 downhill. Okay, to right there. And then we're going to start going uphill again for the rest of the ride. On up into heaven. Okay, with our pet goldfish. Bubbles. Okay, and that goes forever, so I'll put arrow, and this goes down for arrow, forever. Same thing. Okay, so everything I've colored in green from left to right is an increasing interval. Alright, increasing from left to right. And this one red zone here, pink, is decreasing. Now, you understand this, people. When we're talking about increase and decreasing intervals, all we care about are x values. Only x values. I don't want to hear anything else. Okay, so what's the x value here? X value, people. The x value here is -1. Alright, I don't care about the fact that, see, it helps you because I didn't even write the y values on here because they don't matter. What's the x value here? Yeah, the x value here is 3. Okay, what's the x value of this arrow? It's positive infinity. Not because it's going up, mind you, that would be a y value, but because it goes to the right forever. Okay, what is the x value of this arrow right here? Negative infinity. Alright, not because it goes down forever, alright, that's y value business, but because it's going left forever. Alright, that's the x value that we need. Okay, so this function is increasing from negative infinity to -1. It's decreasing from -1 to 3. And then it's increasing from 3 to infinity. It's just that easy, boys and girls. So this color is hard to read, so I'm going to use a different color. Nah, I better stick with green, but I'll use this color, green. So negative infinity to -1. That's our first increasing interval. Okay, so negative infinity to -1. Notice I'm using round parentheses, okay, because right at -1, is it increasing or is it decreasing? Alright, it's the same point is being shared by the green and the red. Well, the truth is it's neither. It's neither increasing nor decreasing right at this point. This is where it changes from one to the other. So at this instant, it's neither increasing nor decreasing. It's an instant of flatness. Okay, now we'll have a decreasing interval. Our only decreasing interval is from -1 to 3. Only x values. So -1 to 3. Alright, that's decreasing. So -1 to 3 all round. Okay, so we can't include the endpoints, which are neither increasing nor decreasing. And then we have one more increasing interval from 3 to infinity. Okay, so we'll put union, and then we'll put 3 to infinity. The order does matter. Okay, it has to be negative infinity to -1, union 3 to infinity. You can't write these backwards. And that is it. That is the end of this lesson, people. I hope that was a helpful review for you. Please make sure that you can do every single problem from all of these 5 videos by yourself, okay? If you can only do them after I showed you how to do them, make sure that you can still do them tomorrow and the next day by yourself, alright? So quiz yourself, test yourself, make sure you can do them by yourself, and you will be the winner that I know you are. I'll see you on the next video.